Hello, you are hopefully familiar with this. Over the last few weeks, you will have been watching Izzy turn what was originally just a standard Mini Cooper S into a track day car. We bought the car for 1,500 quid. It's had all the good stuff done: wheels, brakes, suspension, engine, more power, interior, roll cage, all the pretty bits on the outside. It looks great. And we've got to the point now where we need to find out if it works. That's why I'm here at a racetrack in Anglesey. Somebody has got to drive this car around the track to make sure the wheels don't fall off and the brakes don't fail. When I say somebody, it's me. I volunteered. I was volunteered. So that's what I'm here to do today. Make sure this thing works. I feel the need for safety gear. Bear with. Right, well, this all looks very serious. Door cards have gone, no carpet, all very professional. Not so sure about this. This appears to be a pot of bolts on Izzy's first project car. I hope they're not supposed to hold the brakes in. I'll maybe put those down there. Sorry, don't need those. Right, let's see if the wheels fall off. Oh, it's lively. Power is up from 160 something to 200, largely by putting a smaller pulley on the supercharger, so it actually spins faster.
And because we've got a new smaller supercharger pulley, you need a belt that's shorter so it doesn't slip off.
Belts, yeah.
Now, this is a hairpinny little track, so it'll be a good test. Ooh, it's a Mini. I do like a Mini. Yep. This feels like a car. Also sounds pretty cheeky. Ooh, supercharger wine. I mean, I can't congratulate Izzy for the supercharger wine, that was already there. These are a cracking little car. I drove one of these back in the day when they were new.
So for the new one, obviously things are a heck of a lot better. Not just the structure of the thing being more sturdy, but we've got airbags everywhere as well and brakes that work.
And loved it. Not only has the power increased, it's also been on a diet, lost about 100 kilos with all the work they've done stripping the interior. Everything makes a difference. It's got coilover suspension, and I can feel it is holding it level, but it still feels quite pliant.
Ooh, so shiny.
And it does feel tight, considering this is a 1,500 quid car. The changes to the suspension mean it's controlling its weight nicely. I think they've done rather well. I mean, I'm not going to push it too hard yet. I don't want to break it. But it revs, no doubt about that. Now let's really feel these brakes. They're standard size, but they're more powerful. It's got some pickup. Don't forget, this isn't a track car. This is intended as a track day car. So it's not going to race. It's quite a lot faster. I can feel a little bit of surface through the wheels, which is kind of nice. The idea of this drive, first of all, is just to see if it works as a car. Actually, it feels pretty special. Right, so I get the sense it's not going to fall apart. My next mission is to try one of the proper track minis, just to feel the difference between a race car and a track day car. Then when I've done that, I'm going to take this out again and maybe be a bit rougher with it. This is the JCW's race car. It's got a sequential gearbox, 265 horsepower, so more power. And this is designed purely as a race car. There's no compromise between street use and racetrack here. This only does this. It's all it wants to do, it's all it can do. There is a JCW Sports version, which is kind of slightly less than this, slightly more than ours. It's in between. A bit less power and an H-pattern gearbox like your car, like ours. This, though, is the full-fat race car, and it feels it. Critically, it's got a clever diff, which adds that feeling of ultimate adjustability. Even mid-corner, you can lift Play with the throttle, adjust the angle of the car, put it where you want it. This is a very focused device. The thing I love about it is how loose it is. You arrive at a corner already sliding. It's like driving a 60s race car. So you're not dreading the moment you lose mechanical grip. You've already lost it when you get into the corner. It's sublime. I love a race car because it's so single purpose. This car is designed to do only one thing. This is his track car. Well, that has to go to the shops. This is never going to the shops. All this car will ever do is this. It's all it has to be good at. I love this thing. This is one of those games that I would happily play all day long until something gets broken. The purpose of driving this is so that next I can compare how the car that Izzy's built stands up against a purpose-built, totally focused race machine. Unfortunately, what that means doing is at some point stopping driving around Anglesey Circuit in this fabulous, angry, feisty, wriggly little car. I do love a Mini. I'm going to treat myself to one more lap because this is just addictive. Right, time now to find out how Izzy's track day car compares with a professionally built, fully focused, dedicated race car. I love this thing. I'm gonna get me one of these. Time now to take to the track in Izzy's track day car rather than the race car. Well, one thing I will say, straight away, the engine, you know, oh, it's an H-pattern gearbox. I messed up a gear shift. No danger of doing that in a sequential. All the brakes don't feel anything like as present. And you can feel it doesn't have that clever diff. You can't adjust the angle of the car mid-corner with it. It feels softer, more benign, because ultimately this car does have to go to the shop sometimes. It's still a road car. It's a fast road car that's been fitted with a lot of really good parts, but it is still a road car. Oh yeah, slightly unsettles under braking, and I'm having to work harder on the gear shifts, obviously. But I tell you what, having driven the race car, knowing what one of these can do in full race trim, I'm probably able to ask a little bit more of this than I would have done otherwise. Second, yeah, it doesn't, when you turn, there's a fraction of a second taken with the weight of the body rolling over because of the softer suspension. It's not disastrous, but it means it doesn't feel quite as placeable. There's a bit more of a discussion going on between me and the car as to where I want it to be. That said, it's still a hell of a lot of fun, and this is the car that I could drive home again afterwards. Gotta say, she's done a bloody good job of this. Yeah, it still does that little turn, and if you lift, it just darts for the apex, and you hit your clipping point. I missed the sequential box. It's got more than enough power for what I'm asking of. This is a cracking little car. This is a 1,500 quid Mini. It's just the way a Mini, you lift off as you're going into a right, and the back comes round, and then you just get on the power just to tidy it back in again and control it. That's the joy of driving a little 4-square front-wheel drive car hard. Now the brake bit, dare I leave the braking until here? Yes, I will leave the braking until there. Ooh, that pedal is going to go sponge. Ah, I can see something coming up behind me now that it's going to have a different set of brakes. That is an actual touring car. Oh, yeah. I'm going to follow his lines. Oh no, wait, he's gone. He's showboating. Straight away I can feel the difference. This is a car capable of doing more than just this. It is compromise. A track day car is always a compromise because you want to be able to drive it to the track day and home again. It's more multi-skilled, but it's never going to be as good at just one thing as something designed to do just that one thing. If this car were designed to do just one thing though, it would be to draw a little smile on here, because I am loving this. I'm loving it. But as a car built to be able to do track work, but also be a car, I think she's done what she set out to do with this. I'm going to be very interested to see where it goes in the future. I think some track days need to be done. Maybe look at further mods. Well, I'd say that's its test day completed. My next mission is to report back my findings. And I'm delighted to say they're going to be overwhelmingly positive. She's created a little cracker here. Right, I'm supposed to be going in now, but I'm just going to do one more lap before I take it back.